Hello everyone, my name is Bhavesh Chakor. Today's date is 13th September. This is original video. The topic of this video is abstraction and encapsulation. So in OOPS terminology, there are four fundamental concepts: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So we have already seen inheritance and polymorphism, which is used for code reuse. Now we will see the abstraction and encapsulation, which is used for security purpose. So in abstraction, abstraction means the process, it is process of hiding the implementation or sensitive data from user, and showing only interface, or showing only interface. So for example, your mobile phone, it has some features and functions like click picture, then send message, play music. So in send message function, you will see only a blank box and a one send button. So in blank box, you will type some message and press a send button. So a user will see only that blank box, and the operation of sending the message, which is running behind this process, it is completely hidden from the user. So to implement the abstraction, there are two methods: abstract class and interface. So we will see it one by one. In abstract class, in normal class, only declaration of method is not acceptable. That means, uh, we if we in abstract class, if we in normal class, if we declared only method's name, and we didn't provide any method body, then it is not acceptable. So either we have to provide some method body to it, or we have to use abstract keyword in front of that method. But the problem is, if we write abstract keyword in front of that method will be abstract method, and the class, the class which contains this abstract method, will also be a abstract class. Therefore we have to use this abstract keyword in front of that class name also. Now we can't instantiate this abstract class. That means we cannot create object of abstract class. So in order to do so, first we have to extract that first we have to extract that abstract class file into some derived file. Then in this derived file, it will also be a abstract file, because abstract class file, because it contains the abstract method of this previous class. Therefore we have to provide some method body in this derived class. So after providing the method body, this derived class will be a normal class, and we can create its object. So now second point is interface. So interface is nothing but a reference type in Java. It is similar to class. So in reference type, all the methods are abstract by default and public. So that means no, there is no need to write abstract keyword in front of the methods in interfaces. So let's see the working of this interfaces. For example, I created one interface in which I gave two methods. One is run and one is a walk, and we created two classes, class A and class B. So in class A, we implement this interface, and class B we implement the interface. So one important note point is to extract the classes. We have to extract the one class from another class. We have to use extend. To extract interface file into a class file, we have to use implement keyword. So in this example, we implement the interfaces into both the classes. So this both the classes have the two methods, run and walk, but the use of this method is completely choice of that particular class, that how they want to execute that method. For example, the class A wants to perform that run method and assign the value of let's say 10 kilometers, run 10 kilometers speed. And in class B, it can provide a value like 5 kilometers. So in this way, the run method, the run which is 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers, it is that actual value is visible to user, but behind that, the actual operation is completely abstract from the user. Now let's say the class B does not want to execute the walk method. Then the problem will be, this class B will be automatically abstract class. Then to avoid this problem, there is one concept of default method. So in interface, if we write a default keyword in front of walk method, then and then we have to give a blank method body to that method. So after completing this process, so the use of this walk method will be completely freedom of choice of both the classes. That means the use of this method will not be a compulsion. Either class A or B can use it, or they can ignore it. We have provided a blank body, so it won't produce any output. Now let's move on to encapsulation. So in order to hide the implementation part from a user, we wrap up some data and code collectively in single unit, and this process is known as encapsulation. So this encapsulation is used for a security purpose. So the important point is, in encapsulation, declares class variables with as a private, and declare the method as a public. So for effectively perform this encapsulation, we can use getters and setters. And that's all with the abstraction and encapsulation. Thank you.